And we're live.
Almost on Instagram.
You got it?
No, not yet. But
No.
hey, for everybody on Facebook, welcome to Coffee and Bullshit episode. I think it's 62.
62, I think. Yeah.
62.
We're terrible at keeping track.
We have Jen joining us today. Super awesome to reach out. Want to be a guest here. Hopefully, you guys can all see her. This is kind of a crazy setup because she's on Instagram rather than our normal.
No, she's on StreamYard. We're doing Instagram.
It's to see on Instagram. We're doing it on Stream. We're putting it on StreamYard.
StreamYard,
something like that.
Yeah, we figured out a little way to do this. So,
I gotta go back to my account.
you gotta go to your account because you can't do it from that account.
So weird.
Yeah. So, how long were you in the Marine Corps for?
I was in for 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah, got out as a sergeant.
Oh, what was your MOS?
3533. I drove the Dragon Wagons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. And did you meet your husband while on duty or after?
Actually, no. I met my husband on Instagram. He was like, I follow a lot of Marines and a lot of veterans, and he followed me back, and he's a weapons instructor, and I'm still very proactive in the 2A community. And I thought he was so hot. And I would always hit on him, and he never took it like I was hitting on him. He thought I was just being cool. And then I went to Idaho to visit my son. He got stationed in Mountain Home. And I was like, hey, I'm only the next state over. Why not come here? Let's go shoot guns. That was like my icebreaker. Let's go shoot guns. And then the rest is history.
And so he has his own company, Black Rifle League. Is that his company then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
Does instructing.
Yeah. He's an instructor, and we have a league that goes almost every month, and we go out and shoot different obstacles, and it's fun. And a lot of he started it, and now it's grown into being this huge event, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to be a female out there shooting. It's fun to watch him in his element because he's really, really good. He's got a lot of 20 years, experience. So I've learned a lot from him.
Do you guys have your own range, or just a range you guys always go to, or is it different places all the time?
It's back and forth between two different places. There's some local ones here that we use. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Is there a way they can, let's say, if they're in the area and they want to train with your husband, is there like a website to go to? I know there is.
Yeah, I think it's Black. Yeah. It's blackrifleleague.org, I believe. I believe so. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's it, though.
And I see that you do a lot of modeling on Instagram for different companies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it started when I was in the Marine Corps. Actually, I was stationed at Camp Pendleton.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a job as a Hooters girl downtown San Diego 2 nights a week. Because I was like most Marines, I got a vehicle like 39.9% APR and a huge payment, bigger than my paycheck. So
correct.
I do for Instagram. So I had to go through like a massive chain of command just to get the approval to be on the calendar, and from there that's where it started.
Ah, nice. Well, and then you just kept on going with it this whole time. I mean, even while in there and outside of the Marine Corps. Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties.
I was forced out of the Marine Corps by. Okay. I lost my military career. I went to Balboa for surgery, and I ended up losing my creative organ, which I lost the ability to procreate naturally. And when that happened, I kind of, like most Marines or veterans, you kind of just lose yourself and you don't know where to go or what to do. And that was kind of an outlet for me that just blew off, blew up for me. It was something that I didn't look for. It looked for me, and I did really well for a long time. And now I'm older. Now I just do it because I'm either doing it to support other veterans businesses or companies that, because I'm
Sorry, it's just
Good.
it's kind of
We're getting a lot of lag.
a lot of lag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just kind of
Yeah.
freezing out on us.
yeah. It's,
I don't know if you're in a bad spot or if it's our StreamYard. Who knows?
A glitch in the matrix.
yeah, yeah. Shit happens. What are you gonna do? So, what?
That's right.
So you said you learned a lot working with your now husband as you got into the league and stuff. You know, what would you say has been the biggest impact for you? What did you learn the most that where you saw made the most improvement?
All the above, all the weapons that you start. For me, it started young, right? With shooting shotgun or hunting, and then we go in the Marine Corps, and you're using an M16, and you're learning your basic marksmanship, and then shooting and qualifying the range. But I had to relearn everything all over again because I had a lot of bad habits that I took into from, the military and other things. I wanted to be more proficient. And so he's taught me, I had to relearn everything all over again. So he's taught me everything that I know right now, like my better grip, my better stance. I have vision problems, how to correct, where I shoot, how to, my rifle skills have gone up, everything. I owe him a lot for where I am right now with my weaponry.
and how often do you get to go shooting? I mean, you get to go
in a perfect world, twice a week. It depends on how much reloading we do because ammo.
Yeah.
But definitely every Sunday, and then we try to make it out one more time before that if we've reloaded enough ammo, because I go through a lot, and so does he.
Yeah, is that considered date night or date?
No.
Well,
That's like a Sunday gun day. That's considered a typical. That's part of our week is to hit the range on Sunday.
So he does this full time then with his league, or?
Yeah, he does it full time with the league. Yeah, like I said, he just put an application to do the Seattle PD. So that'll be full time, and then this will be part time.
How are things in Seattle? You always hear horror stories about everything with different.
I'm not from here. I'm actually from South Carolina, and I moved here for him. And I always said, you are so lucky that I love you, because this place is, it's heavy liberal, heavy conservative. Anywhere we go, we have to show a vaccine passport, which mine is, acquired, because I've never, I haven't used the vax. So, I got to play the game.
Right. Same up here too.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, you're in Illinois. I forgot. This is
Yeah.
bad. So it's the same as there.
Yeah.
So is Seattle, as the police department, doing massive hiring? Because last 2 years they stepped down their police. They were trying to defund their police. They pulled back and everything. People were camping out in downtown. Is that still the case?
I think so they're offering a big bonus right now, but I think a lot of that comes from, unfortunately, you're gonna have to get vaxxed. Like, it's part of this, stay for 3 years, but you get half of that after your first vaccine. Yeah, I'm not okay with that part, but I'm supportive. It has a lot to do with a lot of people stepped down because they did not want to get vaccinated, mostly. And then, like you said, on the other half, the defunding, and everything's different. The rules have changed where you can't be the kind of police officer one is used to being. So that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, it's
It's a kinder, gentler police force.
yeah,
now.
kind of gentler.
Yes, PC one.
Yes.
You know, you used to hear stories back in the day where the cops used to, I mean, especially in Chicago, I mean, used to take you out in the alley and, you know,
Yeah.
treat you.
Well, they're going to be half social worker, half police officer,
Right.
right? That's what's going to turn into. I'm surprised it's not going to start moving to where you have to have some kind of counseling training to become a police
Yeah,
officer.
you can't even do that. You can't even get out of the car unless somebody called in and said, this person looks identical to what a suspect was wearing. And you can't even get out.
Yeah. And I don't think they're prosecuting shoplifting either there, right?
Nope. And I've never in my life seen so much catering to the homeless community, which I get it. Like I get the part where it's a lot of the veterans are there. And I don't like part of the veteran policy where they don't give homeless veterans room and board, that don't pass drug policies and drug screenings and give them the proper treatment. And then that's why they're where they are. That
Right.
part I don't agree with. But you're allowed to park a broke down, beat up, old van or trailer anywhere on the side of the road, and nothing happens. They are
Oh,
asked to leave, catered to them. They are allowed to stay there.
Oh.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like when I was in San Francisco, they're a protected class. No matter how aggressive and abusive they are, you can do nothing. It's funny, like in Chicago, when people ask for money, if they're on the streets, if you walk by and just don't say anything or say no, they leave you alone. In San Francisco, they were chasing us down the streets, screaming at us,
Oh, yeah.
telling us what pieces of dirt we were, and it's like that was unbelievable. Super aggressive.
As long as they vote Democrat, they're always going to have their own class and always be babied.
yeah. Well, hopefully here in the next, a couple of weeks, they'll get rid of the mandates. I think they're going to, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Our kids, go to school and they got to wear masks.
Yeah.
I mean, kids catch it and they whiz right through this stuff, right? I mean,
yeah.
I've caught it naturally. He's caught it.
I've had it.
Yeah. And you survived. I mean,
yeah.
It's just something that has a 97 or 99.7 survival rates, nothing big. It's like if it was in the 50s or 40s, I understand. But
absolutely. Yeah, I'm a teacher and I don't teach right now because A, I have to be vaccinated, and B, I can't push. When I went in to apply, I looked at some of the curriculum and I was like, no, thank you. So I'm right now put in a package with the VA to kind of update my schooling, my degree to something different because I just can't stand behind what they want you to teach these days. And how they want you to teach.
How is the VA care there in Seattle, in your area?
Pretty
good, or?
It's the care is good. The doctors are very all leftist, so I don't have a very great. I don't vibe with them very well. So yeah, the best VA care I ever had was actually in Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana. Believe it or not, big beautiful hospital, and it's the best I've ever had. Down here, it's a great hospital, but it's a very heavy left.
Here, it does pretty good there. I mean, we got really good doctors there. Almost all of them are from Loyola.
No, yeah, it's one of the best schools around. So it's always you get the surgery team from Loyola to come over and work on you at the hospital here.
It's hard for me. I'm a nice cold conservative, like hardcore. So I like to find my place in this world by those who are like-minded like me. And then when I seek care and they're sitting across from me, and the way their views, they push their views on me, and I feel like never in my life have I had like flu shot, vaccines, and all these things that are heavily pushed here. And I have it in my record. No, I don't care for any of those things. And then I say no when I go into the doctor's visits, and they're like, come back. It's almost like drug dealing, but in the name of vaccines.
Yeah, they do the same thing here. I've probably gotten like 10 calls.
Yeah.
Saying, would you like the vaccine? I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
And as I tell others, we said before, your body, your choice. So it's the way it should be.
But it makes you wonder what kind of training or what kind of notes come down to where they have to peddle that so hard on the veterans when they walk in. It's not just when they walk in, it's when they sit down, it's the nurse, it's the doctor. I mean, it's nonstop. And I know that a lot of that comes from funding for each veteran that does get this and that vaccine. It's like $3,000, the incredible amount of money they're offering to these hospitals to be giving these vaccines. That's why it's literally a different form of drug dealing.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, they telling the military to get.
Well, now that they started to vax or you're discharged.
Yeah, being vaxxed or discharged. But I thought the federal court stopped it.
I thought they did too, but I just saw their thing the other day. It's starting now and they're pushing it. So.
Yeah, my son had to get vaxxed, and I'm not happy about it, but.
Yeah. So how long has your son been in for?
So he went in right out of college. He's in the Air Force. So he went right out of high school. He's just turned 22. Yeah.
So he's an officer then?
No, he's an airman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you got some college behind you, and I'm not sure what the rank of the Air Force is too much. I mean, I never really paid attention to him, but always aim high.
Yeah, he's got it made. I always tell people that I'm always been pro Marine Corps, but when I see how well my son has it, I'm like, go Air Force.
Oh, I know. I mean, they probably have turned down service, nice dinners. Oh, yeah. You don't get the. I think an Air Force person was here and said we never had MREs. I'm like, what? I mean, MREs was like a staple in the Army.
Yeah.
If you were in the chow lines.
Yeah, I always send them memes that say the picture of a steak and lobster, and it's called Air Force MRE, or like the heater on the chairs and stuff. Yeah. We have a fun banter together. I mean, he always asks me how many crayons I ate for the day, and I'll send him something like, champagne and mimosas for Air Force brunch.
Yeah. Would you like your caviar?
Yeah, caviar, champagne, and Wagyu steak for Air Force lunch.
Yeah.
So why did he choose Air Force? With you being
so he wanted Marine Corps because Mom was a Marine, but he did ROTC and he got really well at ROTC there. And if he would have joined the Air Force with ROTC, then right out of boot camp in the Air Force, he would like two ranks up. So for that purposes, he joined the Air Force, and I'm glad he did.
No, I said it. I was too stupid to be in the Air Force. If I was smart, I would have went Air Force.
Right. If we all were smart, we would have gone Air Force. We would have still been in the Air Force.
Yeah. I mean, every time we went to either we went to a naval base and we eat some good chow there, or we find an Air Force base and you eat some chow there.
Even better chow.
Oh, yeah, even better. It's just like flowers and salt and pepper shaker. You're like, oh my gosh. Actual bottles of Tabasco.
So you were Army. What did you do in the Army?
In the Army, I was a heavy wheel mechanic. 63 Sierra back then.
Okay.
Now it's a 91 series, I think. So the Army changes its numbers all the time.
Yeah.
For the MOSs. But it was good. I mean, did 7 years, so I can't complain. I came out as a sergeant. Did thing in Iraq, so had some fun there with a good group of guys and gals served with.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say, it was a great experience. It's not made for everybody. You get some of those people in there like, what are they doing in here? They shouldn't even be here.
Right.
then some of them, you know, especially the ones that always cried about everything, you're like, oh my God, just shut up and man up or something.
Right. They were definitely just there for the free
College
college.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but I've seen, you know, plenty of National Guardsmen that are some, you know, ass kickers.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of prior service too that are just
Yeah.
trying to get some benefits from staying home.
Yeah. And so what type of, I mean, you do a lot of charity work for the veterans. You know, you do.
I do a lot. I do a lot of helping to support veteran small-owned businesses. I help them with promoting and marketing those kind of things. A lot of them are my friends. A lot of them I've known for a really long time. If you're going to get behind something, you know, do something that is near and dear to your heart, and my veteran community is. And so it's the 2A community. So yeah, I'm heavy into veterans, heavy into 2A, heavy into politics.
So under the 2A side, what is your favorite pistol and favorite rifle you like to use?
I like the Glock 19, although I just got a SIG P320 compact. That one's nice. I got my husband a Zev Tech, a Zev OZ9. That thing's pretty smooth. My wish list right now, though, is Staccato. That's the one I dream about nightly. And right now, I just got a new rifle. My husband builds the rifles, so I enjoy what he makes, and I trust what he puts together. He's really good at it. So, and those pieces usually come from Aero Precision.
Aero Precision, okay.
Yeah.
So he builds a lot of ARs then.
Oh yeah, like in like 20 seconds. It's unbelievable.
Have you ever done the binary trigger?
I have not. I heard, and I do believe I mentioned something about the Glock has a binary trigger now, and he was like, ugh. It's the Gucci guns or something like that. He's missing.
Well, I mean, you know, I understand with the binary trigger, you know, you shoot it in one round, sort of like a semi-automatic machine,
right?
But
fully semi-automatic.
But you know, when you're great to keep heads down if you're in an emergency, but it's just really kind of, you know, for fun, it'd be fun to do, but in a real case, you're better off just, I believe, semi-automatic to keep, you know, you want to hit your targets, you know, because you hit it a couple times, you're going to be all over the place, you know.
Yeah, well, that and the ammo.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
That's the main thing right now is ammo. I mean, it's not what it used to be. It's trying to find that stuff in the primers. I mean, even when you start making your own ammo, you still are paying. I think we just paid $200 for a log of primers that we really needed, but it was really hard to find them. I had to really shop around.
Yeah, that's a lot of people have been having a lot of problems trying to find primers. That's I mean, that's the main thing you need to, you know, to make it go pew.
Exactly.
So
I often wonder, like, is this really saving us that much money? Because by the time you buy everything that you need to make a round, it seems like a lot. But I guess in the long run, it does save a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, well, the prices of ammo starting to come down some. You know, I've seen, you know, you can buy 1,000 rounds of 7.62 by 3.9 for about $330 now.
Yeah.
And, you know, the price of 223 or 5.56, it's around 400. So
yeah, shotguns.
Double. Yeah. Well, it always goes in order, right? It's like the small caliber, the 9, the 22, then 223, then 38, right? And then 350. Then all of a sudden you can't get 12 gauge anything anymore. That's right. Once it runs out, that's what everybody's backup is. Once I can't shoot this, or this, then I'll go to shotgun, right? Because the one gun you bought me, the tactical gun that needed high brass ammo, that was tough to find. Like high brass, I'm like, they used to be anywhere you could walk in any store that sold and would stack shelves would be stacked with it. Now it's hard to get.
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to find them super cheap at Walmart.
Yeah, right.
You can't buy ammo at Walmart.
I still look at Walmart for shotgun shells sometimes. but so does everybody else. So
Yeah.
Right. I remember when I used to like they were 6 to 12 cents a piece for like shotgun rounds. You could walk into Walmart. Now you're paying 80 cents to $1 for a stupid shotgun round now.
Yeah.
yeah.
The easiest reload in the world, right? To do. And so in the club, are you guys focused? Is it tactical shooting? Is it long range shooting? Is it all those things?
So it is tactical. We use it's a rifle league, so we'll use the rifle, and somewhere in each action bay we will switch from. You've got to put 2 shots rifle here, 2 shots rifle here, 2 shots. So it keeps you running, keeps you in the game. Real life scenarios, hopefully. Yeah, so shoot this one, 2 in the head here, and you've got to remember each one, 2 here, switch the pistol,
Right.
and you're timed, and you can't come back. Take too many times, take too long hiding between obstacles or coming in and out. So it's pretty. It's not easy.
Do you find a lot of the clientele to be civilian, maybe some military, some police?
It's a great mixture of everything.
So who's the best?
Military. My husband. He's the best.
Well, other than like, what's the next thing?
Is
it police?
that, but it's actually the truth too.
Right, but is it police? Is it military? Civilians? Who ends up scoring the best?
Whoever's out there training the most. I think there's some out there that aren't military and aren't police, but they're out training significantly amount, and so they get actually a pretty clean run as compared to those who are military or police. But they are out there playing tactical Timmy almost every day, going somewhere, doing something, blowing. These Microsoft guys, they make really great money, so they have the money to go there after work or work from home till 2, and then get off and go to the range and throw some brass down.
Yeah. So do you have a lot of females that are joining the club?
There's about 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Now I remember when in the Army, you're qualifying with your rifle. Most females were out shooting the guys. Whatever it is, they can just shoot straighter than we can. Just have a more steady hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were. I mean, there's one girl. I mean, she put a little patch around her eye. She was just hitting dead on. Just like, holy crap! Like,
yeah, that used to be me. My vision. I'm waiting for LASIK. I used to be a great shot. I prefer the long rifle is my favorite to shoot. But the females that are there have been I practice and probably trained up by my husband actually. So there was some when I was in the Marine Corps, we had some pretty great female shooters, but at that time none of them were allowed to go and join an MOS that could display those skills like infantry, or that wasn't at that time.
Combat arms.
Yeah, women weren't allowed to be snipers or scout snipers or infantry. Now they are, and they're kicking ass.
Oh yeah. The Army is allowing them to do Ranger School, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think they had one. I don't know if any SEALs have been females yet. Any have gone through SEAL training.
Just Demi Moore.
Just Demi Moore, yeah.
Yeah. I actually saw it was this past summer. A female had graduated Marine Corps Recon School.
Yeah, I remember some of the Marine Recon, especially when I was stationed at Fort Story, Virginia. They did some training out there, and those are some crazy guys.
Yeah, well, Marines are just crazy, period.
That's true. That is true. Almost every Marine I ever meet, they just like, oh, you're a Marine too? They just give each other a great big hug, share a Koran with each other.
Yeah, and lots of liquor, sure.
Well,
I think it'll be tough if they ever institute the draft again, because now women will be in the draft as well. It's much easier to watch your son get pulled in the draft than watch your daughter get pulled in the draft.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, women are empowered. They want equality, so that's part of equality if they're ever instituted again. Right?
I'd have to say it would be hard if she was Marine or Army, because that they're going somewhere that
right.
Air Force or Coast Guard, pulling a draft. Like my son's in the Air Force. I'm not worried if we went to war. He has he's a drone. He flies drones, so
Nice.
he's hidden somewhere and he's in control of flying a drone. So I feel safe if that was the case. If we were to go to war, which I'm sure we probably will, because that's how they make their money.
Well, when you see like the drone pilots in movies, they're dressed up like full pilots. They got, they just look like they're playing a video game, right? I mean, does that playing video? I mean, the generation before that played video games are now flying these things, and like
that's
one of us did it would just crash.
That's what my son did growing up. Played those video games, and I always thought, God, I'm such a bad mom. Like these things are gonna rot his brain out. And then he turns out he's this drone pilot because of all those games. He's putting in a request to go to NORAD, which makes me sad because I won't be able to speak to him that much because you're inside the mountain in Colorado somewhere.
Yeah, Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah.
It's the best job, I think, is being a drone pilot. I mean, they will have to get close to action, right? They don't always sit here and fly drones all the way across the seas. You usually get close to it, but it's what the military needs a lot because what it's moving to. It's much cheaper to lose a drone than lose a airplane and a pilot.
And even the new Generation 6 and 7 fighter jets are unmanned.
Yeah.
It costs too much to turn a human into a pilot, right? It's too long of a process, too much cost. An airplane costs way too much, and the drone can do the same job, cost a third the price, and you don't lose a person.
Right,
so,
and then all those fees to pay when you do.
Right. All future wars are going to be much more impersonal than they ever have been. Where it'd be rare for two soldiers on opposite sides to actually see each other.
Yeah.
That will become very rare and unusual.
Well, I think the Army's working on a drone tank.
I don't doubt it. It would be the best.
They've got things that tucked away and hidden.
Oh yeah.
Well, you think of all things we do know about. So whatever we know about is probably 5 to 10% of what they actually have and how far along they actually are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the Joe Rogan podcast, and the guests that he have on there, like Bob Lazar, and now I was able to listen to the podcast he just had that got him in trouble recently, and it was with the MMRA patent holder. I can see why they took that down, but some of his guests are these people who worked at S1 and Area 51 and who tell the truth about what's out there. And it's crazy. The technology is the secret that they really don't want you to know.
Well, I mean, it's good so other countries don't have it. Just like we lost the F-35 in the ocean, it was who's going to get it first, us or China, before you make that jet obsolete, right? As soon as
Did they recover it yet?
I don't know. As soon as China grabs that jet, the F-35 is pretty much obsolete.
Really? That was my favorite one.
Yep. If China gets it, what good is it? Right? As soon as they get it, that technology is already garbage. So now you gotta hurry up, scramble, make something more advanced, because now they know everything about that jet. Makes it much easier to track, find, and defeat.
But I'm pretty certain we have things that are far more advanced. They just they just don't have it in a fleet.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about the SR-72 or
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Mach 7. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know. It makes it much easier for other countries to attack us on our own shore. Right? When the stuff starts getting so advanced and it goes so fast, right? Then it becomes very easy. And all that stuff's going to make the world a much smaller place. Right? It's very easy for a Middle Eastern crazy person to be like, all right, I'm going to take them out now. Before that, I had people fly over here, sneak them through, have them train, use our own. But now it makes it much easier to reach us and get to it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, well, what about? I think it was here. They had the pilot, the audio of the pilots over somewhere that were chasing something that was going fast, and it looked like a saucer.
Yeah. The Navy pilots caught video of it. Like, there's so many videos of that. So who knows if that's military? I don't know. Maybe it is alien technology.
It's more likely.
And what was the other thing they were working on? An aircraft carrier that's a submarine.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I saw something
That
about
was in a movie. That was in a Marvel movie.
Well, of course they talking a Marvel movie. Now they want to really do it.
I mean, I don't understand why you couldn't. You just surface when you need to bring the deck up when you need the deck.
Yeah. And then what?
That's
It
good.
opens up and there's all the planes.
I mean, submarines are so big now. I can't believe how the size of a nuclear submarine. When you see what even the deck, it's narrow, but it's long. Like nuclear submarines are huge. My God,
Yeah.
I can't believe how big they are. So, wouldn't take much to make it just a little bit bigger and stick a bunch of planes in it, or
Right.
or a thousand
that-
drones in it.
That is a MOS or a job that I wouldn't want, is to be on a submarine.
Well, me neither.
No.
It's like being in a coffin.
Bad. Ship's bad, but subs.
Yeah, we were watching a bunch of stuff about different animals,
Dead animals.
and a lot of it had to do with the ocean. I go, that's why I never joined the Navy. If I jumped in the water, I'll get stung or killed or eaten by a shark.
Everything,
Right.
everything in the ocean set up to kill you, and
Yeah.
be able to kill you and poison you.
I'd rather trust the ground.
But an aircraft carrier won't be useful in the future. It'll just be a ship that's packed with drones. What will an airplane be? But as you can stick 100,000 drones inside a submarine, get close and launch drones all day long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A predator doesn't need needs a. You could launch it with a rocket. And
I mean, that's what a
Predator goes off.
tomahawk is, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much a drone missile.
Yep.
Just you put the coordinates in there, or you laser it, and
Think how much cheaper it is to build a ship that can go into the water and carry a whole bunch of drones rather than you have to. An aircraft carrier takes years to build. It's not something you build in 6 months or a year. You gotta have something you can turn around and immediately.
Right.
We're gonna be fighting on basically 2 fronts coming up soon, maybe 3.
maybe 3.
Maybe 3 fronts, and I don't think we have enough equipment right now to manage it all.
What is
So
it?
you-
Iran, Ukraine.
Ukraine, North Korea, and China.
Hey, listen, if we're going to war with China and North Korea, that's something to be worried about. I don't see why we're going to war with China. We're their best friends right now. They own this country.
Well, yeah, because we owe them too much money, so you have to be able to clear that debt so you can start over again and borrow more money. The best way is go to war, defeat them. Part of the surrender terms are you wipe our debt off the books, and then you loan us another $10 trillion.
I wonder if that war is like a real justified war, or like another war that was done for profit. Like, oh, like China, can we start a war with you so we can make you the money back? And they're like, okay, yeah,
Right.
we'll
Right.
create
Start the war machine. Start
false
doing
video,
things like
make
that.
false videos too. Yeah.
Well, if they attack Taiwan,
It's always a cure for inflation, which hyperinflation's coming. So it's always a good cure for it.
I think it's here.
This hasn't got. I mean, I was just talking to my wife yesterday. I'm like, I remember my parents when they bought their first house, they were so excited because they got the interest rate down to 18%.
God.
That was during the Carter. And then when they bought their next house, my dad was so excited because he got a construction loan for 14.5%. He's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. 14.5%. That's the kind of insanity that went on.
all right. We see
Yeah.
your shirt. Let's see what it says.
Let's go, Brandon.
There it is. I could have guessed.
I was seeing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know what it's saying. So.
Yeah, I just got this. I actually working with a company called Harrison Design Company. Their link is in my Instagram bio, but they have quite the fun political play and military.
You know who's actually who actually started that whole slogan and everything? It wasn't that day at the racetrack. It was Kamala Harris. She put that out there. She wants to be the next president. So this is her way to sabotage Joe behind the scenes so she can run and she doesn't have to sit back while he tries to go for re-election. I think it's really her sabotaging. That's what it all is.
She would get the lowest votes ever.
Well, of course.
If she ran.
But if they wanted her to win, then she would get the highest.
Yeah.
It depends, right? If you put no other candidate, there aren't many other candidates on that side.
Did you see the somebody was interviewing Trump on the golf course last week, and he said, we're interviewing the 45th president, and he goes, and 47th.
And 47. Yeah, he's been giving away some stuff, so.
I don't blame you. Just kind of.
He would only be the second president to go
Grover Cleveland was the
Yeah,
other
Grover
one,
Cleveland was the first.
non-consecutive terms.
Yeah.
I really kind of thought he was just going to do. I mean, he's getting old now. He has enough business stuff. I thought what he was really going to do is try to just generate support for that side. I thought he was going to pick up DeSantis and then kind of step aside and be like, you know what? I'm not going to run, but you should vote for DeSantis. But that whole relationship blew up.
I think he's going to pull in Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem from South Dakota. Right.
Yeah, I just don't feel like he wants to actually be president again. I feel
No,
like
I think he
wants to-
does.
I feel like he wants to generate the support and not give all his businesses up again and everything and step
Why?
back
His
again.
kids can take care of the business. He comes back to be the president,
He's getting old.
and he saves America.
He's getting old.
But his cognizance is good. He's quick. He's not like our current person who
Right.
needs help getting down a step.
He can do
He
a
can
lot.
barely
He can
sit
do,
down.
He can do a lot of push-ups.
Yeah. Biden can do a lot of push-ups. Okay.
It's a video on a loop.
I mean, Brandon can do a lot of push-ups.
I don't know. It's crazy. I think I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
I'm anxious to see though if any other Republican candidates will step up or if they'll stay back because Trump's going to go again.
Yeah, well, I heard they're trying to get rid of the whole Republican Party. Joe Biden said there's something came out and that they were trying to get rid of the whole Republican Party period by 2024. So like you don't have a choice to vote Republican.
Wow.
That
And they're just debting us so far into debt that we don't want to fight back because we have mouths to feed and houses payments to pay. And that everything, if you look at it, everything has happened by design. And yeah, so I'll have to send you the link where they're just saying that they're trying to get rid of the whole Republican Party by 2024.
Yeah, it doesn't help having Soros putting all these attorney generals in that are just not prosecuting crimes.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have much time here anyways. I mean,
Guy's already ancient. I mean,
he's ancient. I mean, you gotta like drinking some serious hydrochrome to keep that thing going.
yeah. But I believe his kids are just as bad as he is.
Of course.
Yeah. So, well, it's time for us to break apart. Is there anything you'd like to promote that you have?
Do you have a link you can
Link
throw out?
or you want?
Yeah, I put all my links inside my Instagram profile, which is jen.usmc.
Cool.
Right.
So go
Yeah.
there, check out Jen, go see what she's doing. If you're out in the area, in Seattle area,
Yeah, we'll have to do it again next time when my husband gets back. So,
Yeah.
or another one.
sure.
Yeah, we'll do another one. Yeah, and don't forget to check out Black Rifle League if you're in the area.
In
Always good
Washington,
to know. In Washington, yes, Washington State,
yeah,
not
not
Washington D.C.
no.
That's too big of a swamp.
Awesome. Thank you for joining
Hey,
us today.
thank you, Jen.
Right, bye guys. Thank you for
Hey,
having
bye.
me.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, John from Hometown Training Heroes. If you guys are out in the Iowa area, if you go to gun shows, John is one of our great retailers out there carrying our coffee. So go look, see what you can do to help him support and other guys out there supporting veterans just like we do.
Yep. And you can see all the stuff we have here, Core Spice.
That's not Core Spice. That's
No,
Charlie Mike's beef jerky.
I'm pointing.
That's
Core.
that's
There's
jerky.
Core Spice. That's the jerky. Charlie Mike's.
Patriot popcorn.
Patriot popcorn.
Awesome popcorn. This is the cool thing. If you guys don't have one of these mugs, you got to get one.
Get them online.
8-9 hours hot, 10-12 hours cold.
So thank you everybody for joining us
Thank
on
you, guys.
Talking Bullshit number 62.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you next weekend.